Welcome to Twitch University, where we learn about the best way to navigate Twitch as a viewer and a streamer. We interview a variety of streamers, moderators, and creators to learn about best practices, hear wisdom, and listen to the story about each person's Twitch journey. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What's up, everyone? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hope you're here. You can hear me. Just drop me a nice one in the chat if you hear me. I see Claude D. Queen is here. Holly is with us. I got DJ Controversial back in the green room. Thank you, Holly. Welcome back, by the way, Holly. How was the SoFly? We need to get a recap. Who can come on and give us a recap of the Florida meetup? Maybe send Braxton or tell him to hop on real quick. Get a recap of the Florida meetup. All right, so our agenda today is we've got what we got. So our agenda today is we're gonna talk. It was a blast. Okay, DJ Little Feather. Oh, DJ Daz, let me know if you want to hop back here. I got you here. Hold on, you're here. Let me bring you on. So Daz is with us. Yeah, I got use the same link. I see you there. Let me embed you real quick. Just give us a minute in the chat. We're gonna add DJ Daz here to talk with us. DJ Little Fever is with us. Make sure you follow DJ Little Fever. Good to see you. Guest here. Oh, we got an exciting show with us. We've got DJ Controversial with us. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So we'll do this. I've learned how to really use studio mode. I don't know if any of you are up there. What's up, DJ Detroit? Any of you use studio mode? Let me know. Give me a 2 in the chat if you use studio mode in OBS, because I'm learning how to use it. And it is really beneficial. So maybe Dad, you give us some tips on that too. Right now, this portion of the show, awesome. I see you right there, DJ Daz. Cool. This portion of the show is when we do office hours. You'll see at the top there. So if you have any questions about live streaming, Twitch, all that, I will also share with you some updates a little later. One update I'll share actually right now is, let me make sure I can get to my right page. I'll show the proper thing here. Hold on, Dash. You're here on this screen. So let me make my little box smaller, because you're on this main screen with us. Say something really quick. Controversial with the raid. I love it. With the raid. Come on in, everyone. Welcome in. Daz, can you do a quick mic check with us?
Let me see. Can you hear anything I'm saying?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me know if that's loud enough or if I need more volume or whatever the case may be.
You are perfect there. So that's DJ Daz, my co-host right there. Ida loves you. Happy Monday, Ida. Hope I said that right. Lurk Read. I love it. Okay. Oh, moms, what's up? Okay, thank you. Welcome in, moms. Good to see you. Okay, so we have DJ Daz here. I'm gonna try to, once we finish with once we talk to Controversial, a couple updates is like chat history is coming back again. So what happens now is that once you go into a room, you will see either the last hour of chat messages or the most recent 50 messages. So chat history, whenever you go to a room, you actually get at least 50 lines of chat or the last hour, whatever one is less. Whatever one is less. Nicholas Caesar, what up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Twitch U. Glad to have you today. That's the first update there. So that came live. A couple things we'll talk about is they've kind of changed. They're going to change, if they haven't already, I don't know, the payout threshold too. Do we know the reason in terms of what the reason is behind them doing this? I don't know. I think people have given feedback that they would love to come to a channel to kind of see what's going on and not come in kind of blind. That's what I've heard. Freestyle Fever, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. That's what I heard. Monica La Bianca. Oh, that's funny. Welcome in. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and thank you for the follow too. That's what I heard, Holly. I'll do some more digging and see, but definitely keep asking questions. That's a good question there. So that's the chat history. That's the first thing I wanted to cover. Make sure to share that with you all, chat history. Daz, had you heard that?
I kind of recall hearing something like that, but the past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind for me, as you can imagine.
Yes, I can. So hang in there. East Bay, California, nice. DJ Mike Carbonell's with us. Make sure you follow DJ Mike Carbonell. Had the pleasure of meeting you at TwitchCon. It was so awesome there. So yes, gotta spend more time with you next time. La Loma, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Appreciate that. Now I'm gonna also, I think if you saw that open letter from like Twitch, there was a couple things in here I wanted to discuss too, which we'll kind of go over a little later. One thing that kind of stood out was now they'll allow you to pin up to 20 clips on your channel. So 20 clips can be pinned on your channel. That's coming soon. And what also is coming soon, I'm sure Holly will like this, is that you can add emotes into your stream title. That's coming soon too. So I know sometimes you can add like the regular kind of phone emotes, but I think your streaming emotes, they'll let you add that to your title too. That is also coming soon. So those are two updates for that. There's a whole exactly Holly likes that one. There's a whole section here on the ads, which is still very confusing. Upstate New York, La Loma, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. That's another update that we have. The whole ads thing, but really for the ads, and maybe we'll go over this a little later too, because I know you had a list, DJ Daz, but they'll allow. I think what's going to happen is that instead of if you're not subscribed and you get an ad, it'll completely take off all the sound. Kind of like the ads will pop up at the bottom, like you see on like football games or soccer games when the ads pop up on the bottom or whatever, and you can still watch it. They're looking to make them less intrusive, so they're doing some tests.
Those lower third types of ads.
There you
Like
go.
I had
Thank
heard about that. I had gotten an email that I was on the test, I guess the beta group that they selected for that. But when I
you.
talked about it with my chat, one of the streams, they said no, they were still getting full screen blown ads. So I don't know
Oh,
how exactly that was going to work.
okay. So yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So that's ads, and there's ads is so complicated with Twitch and everything. So that's good there. Is there anything that I didn't cover, Daz, off the back, some updates that you wanted to share that maybe you've read about or you've experienced?
In their last what is it, last Tuesday or last Thursday of every month, Twitch does their own stream of like what's going on, what's coming up. And one of the things that caught my attention was I know viewers, Streamlabs and all those have like alerts and stuff built in, and Twitch is now going to start allowing users to have their own alerts for that they can customize themselves. Of course, I'm sure it won't be free, but that they can customize their own alerts for your channel. So like if you have your VIPs or even somebody just as a frequent flyer in your channel and want to customize their own alerts for whether it's a subs or bits or whatever, they got their own special alerts for your channel.
Awesome.
And I think that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So it's kind of like Twitch is catching up real late to the game, but it's still
Yes.
funny. It's still better they catch up than not at all. Hope I say this right now. Team Ricio, hope I said that right. Let me know. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Appreciate you being here. Awesome. Anything else that you saw? That's a good one. The updates that you saw, Daz, that maybe you've experienced that's not really well known yet.
Let's see. I know, and I found out about this was shared ban information. Like if you've got streamers that you're like cool with or like similar types of streams, you can share your banned user information with other streamers that you're like friends with or in cooperation with. And so you can have like a shared ban list, and it'll go to your streamer partners. That you have to invite them to your stream. Okay, would you like to share ban lists? And they can accept or not accept. But then your mods and stuff will get an alert that this user that's in your channel is banned on another channel that you're cool with. So you might want to keep an eye on them when you come into your channel.
Okay, that's good. So mods, if you're in the chat, have you shared ban information with anyone else? Holly, let us know if you shared that. That's interesting too. And hello, Freestyle Fever. Welcome in. Good to see you. So Holly, you like that. So I wonder if you can see if you could share that with someone else that you mod with, and let's test that out. We can report back next month too. That's interesting also. Give us one more that kind of caught your eye, Daz, that's like a really big update in your opinion, or could have a positive impact on us.
Let's see. So I got the ads. You went over the ads incentive program. I think they're going to be that might be for partners only. So I don't have the inside look on the ads incentive program. And all the new chat highlight settings now, because it used to
Yeah.
be just new chatter or a first time chatter. They start off with that, but now they have you may have if the mods may have seen. I don't know how it looks to regular folks, but you'll get an alert said, okay, this person is chatting and they're part from this raid, and they tell you which raid they came from. Say you got multiple raids, say a raider from so and so
That's
is
interesting.
talking in your chat, and it stays that way until they get rid of that that we've often talked about in the past. Please refresh your screen so I get counts for your
Right.
view. But if they don't refresh, it'll keep showing up in your chat as they are from so and so's channel from whatever raid.
Oh, that's
And there's a
cool. I
few
haven't
other
seen
ones
that
I'd have
yet.
to.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. That's interesting. Has anyone else in the chat seen that? That's really interesting. That's cool. That's interesting. I wonder. So then what do we do? Do we just tell them to keep it there? Do we tell them to refresh? Because that's good information to have where you're coming from.
See, I don't know how it works for the numbers and the metrics when when Twitch is going to start to look to see if you're on that. I guess if you're on the cusp of that affiliate partner, it might make a difference to
Just
your numbers.
refresh. Yeah,
If
confirmation.
you're making that push, but other words, I don't really consider. I've stopped telling people to refresh screens or whatever. I'm sure if
Yeah.
I get to that cusp where I'm fighting, for that fourth application to go in, say, please
Yeah.
refresh.
Yeah, Global Groover, welcome. Make sure you find Global Groover. Welcome in. That might get annoying, Holly, but controversial says refresh. Okay, so that's another good one. Wow, I'm learning something new here too. So I love it. Has anyone else seen that? Let us know if anyone else has seen that in the chat. That's pretty. I can't wait to kind of check that one out, see how that looks. Um, what we'll do now is let's bring controversial in, and we'll have a conversation with him. I'm so excited to chat with him. I've known him for a while. So while we do that, we're going to bring controversial in. So there you are. Welcome to the virtual stage at Twitch U. We got DJ Controversial with us. First of all, let's give you some applause here. Hold on.
Oh man, you guys, you guys don't understand the honor that I have that this show is taking place. You know, etiquette around Twitch is you don't ask people to get on. Me and Amani have I he came into my life literally when I started wanting to learn how to be more professional on Twitch. I am it's funny that we're here for Twitch University, but I am alumni. They put a group together with Kick
Yes.
Music Tips a while back, and at the time, no one else was doing it. I
Mhm.
salute you for it. You're a genius. People don't realize how talented you are. I am truly, truly. I mean, I've said it. I don't know if anybody's ever told you. I say it on my streams. So this here is a huge honor for me. Why? Because I always do things, and I hope I'll always remember all the things you taught us. I never knew about analytics. I'm
Mhm.
sitting here in the green room while you guys are discussing things on Twitch, and this is so Amani. Like this is him. He wants to share knowledge. And
Yeah.
the problem is that a lot of times, man, I think our community has kind of become desensitized. There's people out here really that want you to do good. Amani's one of them. I'd like to
Yes.
think I'm one of them too. Daz, I haven't checked you out yet, but you definitely seem like you're putting in the work.
He's one of
By the
two.
way,
Yeah.
by the way, when those numbers start creeping up and you really start pushing, that's when you really see how lucky you are with who you've connected with. Because just like everything else, like we don't ask for raids in here, right? You will see folks, they're gonna come and tell you, yo, Daz, it's time for us to push. You
Yeah.
won't be at that cusp of 75. It starts at around 65 or so. I have my boy Mike Carbonell in here who he's one of those that should have been had partner. And I say that to everybody because there's folks in here that are actually putting in the work. They're out here networking. They're you walk into their streams and you feel like you're either at the club, you're in a safe place. They're not out there, embarrassing themselves. And that's one thing that no one could say about Amani. You pull up into his stream, it's always very classy. I mean, you don't say you go into things and some people know you, right? Those of us that know you know what you do for a living and everything, but it's a natural thing for you. Like you're on this platform to make others around you better, right?
Yeah.
That whole award show you do, I mean, it's so much work. I was telling Armani before we went live, I've been streaming on a partner channel here called Blue List, and the first season we did 12 shows, and it was highlighting folks that are on a partner push. Mike Carbonell was one of them. Cynthia
Nice.
Fong, DJ Tantrum SC. Shout out to my brother Luis Smooth. I think he's in here. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm
Yeah,
not
Louis
seeing.
Smooth,
Okay,
welcome in. Yeah,
that's
he's here.
family. That I look up
Yeah.
to that guy. I confide in that guy when I'm doing things. That's family. Um, but doing that show, oh my God, like I salute you, my brother. These talk shows, like those of us that take it serious, it is a
Yeah.
lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's no joke. Yeah, Mike Carbonella's here. Miss Yoli, hello. DJ Louis Smooth, welcome in. Ills D, welcome in. So yeah, it's a lot of
What's up,
work. I
Bills?
appreciate. Yes, Ills. I hope I said that right. I appreciate
Yes.
the kind words. And we'll have a nice conversation between the three of us, just going back and forth. Mike Carbonell and Louis Smooth, I'd love to get you all on the show too. Maybe the game shows, interview shows. So you all let me know if you're down, and we'll reach out. Tell us, who is DJ Controversial?
It's someone that literally. So I'm involved in other things, right? So my main job is selling liquor. I work for a big winery, right? And during pandemic, I almost lost my life. And I remember telling one of my friends while I was in my hospital bed, they say you have to find purpose, right? And literally, they were considering intubating me, and it was just
Mm.
so crazy. So at the time, we were all already. This was March 2020.
Mhm.
Um, I remember trying to stream before that on Facebook, and we were still getting kicked out. And I remember telling my friend, "I'm gonna come back to this, right? Real cocky, real New York type. I'm gonna kill it." Took me a whole year, bro, and I had 10 folks in my chat, and 9 of them were my family members. They're in here.
That's
Tita
good.
loves you, my
That's
mother, my sister. So I guess I was just killing my ego.
Mhm.
When a year that I was in, I I remember I was in here, and I didn't want to hear about bits, nothing. I got mad. My first subscription was my mother. Um, Life has a funny way of working. When I took that class with you,
Mhm.
I remember that when you guys checked my analytics, I was actually due for my first paycheck. I was hitting that $100 threshold that we needed at the time to get paid, which was crazy. But that gave me sense of purpose.
Mhm.
And going from that, right? And many people say, "Hey, I want to be partner on this channel." I wasn't ready, right? It's one thing when you get that first big raid from someone, and then you're like, I want this. Like you get that in you, and there's two people. There's some folks that they don't want a big raid. You put
Right.
them on a raid train, and they're like, please don't put me behind such and such because I don't want that, right? So
Right.
there's gradual steps there, and that's respectable, right? But to me, 360 rated me. I got I got involved. My one of my biggest blessings is DJ Mechon.
Mhm.
Those of you guys that know DJ Mechon, he's still on this platform. He's my longest subscription. Him, followed by Chubby Chub and DJ Scene. They're my longest subscriptions on this platform.
Oh,
And they're probably about the dopest folks that I have a really good relationship with. Luis Smooth is also up there with my longest subscriptions, and Lion Brothers. But we had that whole clique. I mean, when you talk about like raid trains, obviously there's some really, really good ones in here. I could think of like Boom Bap and a whole bunch of other ones. But what we had in Jueves Clásico was special, man. And it taught
yeah.
us like Mechon would, most people that put these raid trains together, they put themselves in a predicament where they're catching a big raid. Mechon helped out Luis Smooth to get partner. Luis Smooth then helped me in a sense.
Yes.
Oh, look at Mechon. He's right. Yo, bro.
Machon is here. What's up, Machon? DC Chirp brother, what's good? I got to shout out Cletus Buford. Hope I said that right. Amazing variety streamer right there. Awesome. So keep going. We got to shout out the people that make sure you're following all these DJs that are here. Amazing talent in the room. Keep going.
I say anybody that's in here that streams, and especially if they have a DJ, right? And it's not all DJs because I'm really cool with a big gamer called SB1987. I don't know if he's made his way in here, but that's
Mhm.
another one. Like what I share with these folks is the willingness and the hunger to help others out. Like it's not about me. And anybody that follows my channel, like I literally, J Dobby, congratulations on your 3K, bro. You were killing it. I had to
Yes.
get ready for this.
Welcome in. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, JW. Thank you for the follow coming in. 3L Calvo, thank you for the follow also. So
El
welcome.
Calvo,
Go
what's
ahead.
up, papi? So J Dobby is part of People's Globalization. I know
Okay.
guys that used to beg him to get airplay on their bootlegs, remixes, and Dobby gets mad at me because I say, "Yo, bro, you should be calling up every favor." The New Yorker in me is like, "F that, man! Like they owe
Right.
you." And
Hmm.
he's like, "Nah, you know what? If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it." But I tell you what, Aaron, worked that ass. Yesterday was on an interview with
Hmm.
Diablito, and he bigged up Jay Dobby, bro, that I got emotional because I was like, yo, this man deserves that. You know,
Hmm.
it's like when I hear someone speak of Mechon or Luis Smooth, and they're like, that's my guy. I relate to that, you know?
Yeah.
La Jefa Maria, another one of the
Yeah.
big pillars of our community. Like, listen, we get slept on. Like, I hate to say it overall. Like, if our community would learn to kind of like, again, we used to do it each and every Thursday. Mechon used to put that together. If we did
Right.
that more often, where we're passing off the party to one another and the folks are like
Yes.
connecting with each other, I think that would
Yeah.
so help, you know.
I
And
wanted
I'm
I wanted to
mhm,
say I don't know La Jefa Maria. I saw her at Stress's birthday party
yep.
on Saturday. So I was gonna say that you beat me to it, La Jefa Maria, but great to see you on Saturday. That was another amazing event. I got to meet
I had crazy
Dennis, who's the
FOMO.
voice of Twitch, and you should have fun. And I got to meet for the first time Flips. So that was amazing. So you're talking about that. I'm curious though, and Daz, don't be too quiet. If you have questions, ask us as well. Can you share? I'm curious, can you share? You said you almost lost your life in March of 2020. Are you comfortable sharing kind of what happened and how you got through that and came
Oh,
back to streaming?
so it was this whole
Yes.
COVID thing at the time. Remember, in New York, it was still
Oh,
fairly new, and
yeah.
my oxygen levels were dropping, and no one like, dude, it sucked. I have two kids. I've been married for a really long time, over 26, 27 years. I married my high school sweetheart,
Congratulations.
and literally they didn't know my passwords at the time for anything. Like, I wasn't ready, right? I mean, I'm fairly young. I wasn't ready for that. The first thing I did when I came home was change all that and make sure that they had access to that stuff.
Okay.
But it's life changing, and that saying, like, what's in it for you? If I had a
Mm.
penny for every time someone said that to me, it's kind of an insult when they do, because it's to the point where I'm like, what are your real motives when you're asking me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just and Amani, you and me have had conversations. Like, I just stay away from all that stuff because I want to help out those. Like I told you, perfect example, DJ Tantrum SC,
Hmm.
dude made partner. We grinded. Like, he deserves it. He got denied when he shouldn't have been. Literally,
Hmm.
he was getting that generic message right back to
Yeah.
him. I don't even think they were reading it at one point. So it wasn't even on him. And we've all met people that have gone through that. But I tell you what, I changed my entire Tuesday. Right now, I'm not streaming this Tuesday, and I'm not gonna stream next Tuesday because I'm in Florida DJing. But
Hmm.
I'm happy I could take a break because literally I moved up my schedule to stream 1 hour, just 1 hour, just to bring them a few folks. So there's a
Nice.
few folks from the community that got wind of it, like a Chubby Chub. It rated into me, like, just keep passing the party over.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
Twitch is built on community. You can't cheat it. Either you're a part of it or you're not. It's like we're over COVID, right? Like, we don't want to be seeing a streamer be negative on screen and getting pissy drunk and disrespectful. Like, those days are over.
Yeah. Yeah. MC2J man, what's up? You're here.
What's up, MC2J?
Okay.
Chad, I'm so sorry. If you
I'll keep you posted on the chat there. So you actually had you had an early case of COVID, like real early in
Mhm.
March, and then you recovered, thankfully. Um,
I was like, I'm coming here.
yeah, yeah. And then so now, Sunshine Gypsy, what's up? Good to see you. Where and you can talk to us about like your journey for partner and all that, but like now where we are, first of all, how do you balance your regular job with streaming on Twitch? Because that's a struggle that many of us have.
It is the toughest because sometimes we are, unfortunately, so it's a gamers platform, right? And there's some folks in here that live on Twitch, right? And I have had those times where maybe somebody said hello to me in a chat, but they didn't realize I'm making a liquor display. I'm scared that thousands of dollars are gonna fall on me. right? And maybe I missed to reply to whatever you wrote. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm gonna say it right now, I got a guy in here that is super, like, he's just gifted with technology. He's one of my mods, Team Recio, and that
Mhm.
dude is like, yo, this person just unfollowed you. Like, yo, this is my guy on all my socials, on Twitch. I hate to say it, right? And there's times I don't even want to hear it.
Mhm.
But he's like, listen, man, he sees it. And the reason why he does that is because sometimes he says that I'm too nice to some folks that maybe they don't want to hear about me. And it's cool. So you know
Mm.
what? Like, we're not everybody's cup of tea. But when I know that maybe you're not, for whatever reason you unfollowed me and now I don't see you in the chat anymore. If I see you somewhere else, it's good for me to know so that this way I just leave you in your space.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to balance. I use Team Viewer a lot. Like you
Okay.
saw before we went live. What did I do? What did I tell you? Hold on. I
Yeah.
got my
Yeah.
guy. I got my notice that one of my guys was on. So I went and I tapped up and checked in. I'd rather be a quiet viewer than a non-viewer. I always feel
Mhm.
like if my mother could do it for so many folks, I should be able to do it. And she
Okay.
does.
Fit and Finish. Good to see you
What up, big
there.
homie? Yes.
Loam, I think this is Loam Jordan. Hope I said that right. Good to
Yes.
see you
Yes.
here.
Loam Jordan.
So
What's up,
you,
fam? We got the Club Fuego Fuego fam in here.
I know y'all are
My
here. I
Jueves
love it. I
Clásico
appreciate it.
fam.
Yeah. But so continue. Like, how do you balance streaming and your full-time job?
Running. Literally to help out, to help out Tantrum. Like, I would literally, had to start. We started at 5:30 at one point. He would go on 6:30, and his ramp up was really slow, right? And I'm not saying that we were the end all be all, because actually my other boy found out about it and said, "Yo, I'm gonna raid you every time." So it was both of us. Like, literally, sometimes it was him bringing 20, me bringing another 20. But as soon as he'd go live, he had 40 plus whoever started showing up.
Mhm.
And it's not any way of cheating it, but the fact is, since the holidays, you see where the numbers have trended,
Yeah.
and for the guy to have already unlocked his partner application and be, like, that's the official push. And the moment that you don't do it, it hurts. I wish I could help out Cynthia more. I wish that I could pull up into a Mike Carbonell. That time gap is crazy. I just Michael Motion the other day. I was on a raid train. I was so happy because I was able to raid Michael Motion. I hadn't had the chance to do that.
Mhm.
Same thing with 360. Mechon put me in a predicament where 360 gave me a big raid one day, and I hadn't been able to do anything like that. And I did it recently. Um, I mean, Luis Smooth, I still owe him 100% raid. We raided to the wrong person, bro. With
Oh,
over
that
100
happened.
folks.
Yeah, but that's happened to many of us there. We'll correct it. Don't worry, we'll correct it. Um, all right, so that's how you just run back and forth. That's what you do. Also, in the chat, if you have questions you would like me to ask DJ Controversial, please put that in the chat. I'll highlight it. We'll ask them because this is like a three-way conversation. But explain to us, where did your DJ name come from?
Uh, so I started DJing at the age of 13, man, and I couldn't find a cool name. And with time, like, I remember somebody said, like, you're controversial. Like, either like people love you or they hate you, right? Because some people, that New York thing, it's a real thing, right? Sometimes we come off a little cocky, and I like to think I'm a good human being,
Mm-hmm.
but people got to get to know me. Sometimes I'm a little rough around the edges, right? And it's heartbreaking when I see it. It does break my heart. Like, I'm not, I'm no pushover either. But again, I do want to be a good person in life, and you know, so they said, look, you give people things to talk about, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. You're controversial, and I was like, we're gonna go with that. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes in my chat, the guy that actually taught me how to DJ at the age of 13, he was taught by the guy that discovered Alex Sensation. I don't know if you know, and he became a real big mastering producer. He actually on the Grammys, all on his Instagram, he's got all the credits from the Grammys that
Okay.
Bad Bunny, he mastered those tracks. So that's my boy Fragancia. He's
He
out
won.
in Florida.
He
Yeah.
won a Grammy then yesterday.
Yes, yes. He's won a couple through him, and many other artists. Don Omar too. He did Danza Kuduro. So yeah, it's dope, man. New York. Listen, a lot of people have left New York, but a lot of people started in New York, and they're heavy in the music business, and it's dope, man. I'm very proud of all of them.
I'm curious because you've been DJing now for over 20 years, probably over 25, almost 30 years.
Mhm.
What has been the biggest technological advancement that you've experienced within your DJ career?
We all know Serato. I mean, I remember
Tell the
I re-
people why. Tell the people why.
software. I mean, I remember carrying. First, it was records, and literally, I had a bathroom redone, and I had all these records, and the guy said, "You a DJ? You still do records? I used to DJ." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, and I told him I had records. He goes, "I will give you this much off for you. Let me have those records." I wasn't using them. I didn't even know if they were warped. But
Hmm.
he left super happy. I mean, there was a lot of freestyle in the house and shit like that. That's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I always tell my mom, I don't know how the hell she let me walk around with two. It was Gemini XLBD 10s. Remember those turntable
Okay.
belt?
Vaguely, vaguely. Yeah.
They weren't even they weren't what is it? They were belt driven.
They
Like
were belt
I
drives.
remember they sucked. Like the when they would speed up, they sucked. But
I had the same
I
ones
thank
in
God
the
I
Techniques.
yeah
The
I
Techniques
thank
SLBD 10s. Yeah.
Holy shit. I thank God I never got robbed. How do you let 13-year-old kids run around with equipment and I never got robbed? That people could say whatever, but my generation, my time in the hood, growing up in the hood was totally different. They were happy that me and this other kid, we used to do the block parties there, and like they would let us rock at the age of 13. One of the DJs is actually with Rock Nation now. So
Okay.
a lot of talent came out of Washington Heights, man. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the Serato, that's the biggest kind of technological advancement.
Yes.
When like when did you realize that okay, this is like a legit career? I can really earn some good revenue from it. And like when did you really kind of like s- go into overdrive with your DJ career?
I went from little parties to having a wedding company. And the markup, like that's one thing. I was never like a big club guy, even though because of where I grew up, like I'm very close with a lot of the guys from Big Crew called LMP, which is Lo Maximo Productions. Mechon used to be with them up in Toronto.
Hmm.
And the wedding business, man, the markup on that is crazy because I could sell you a package of whatever. Let's just name a price. Let's just say it's 2 grand for a basic DJ. But you're not gonna want just the basic DJ. You're gonna want some lighting, you're gonna want some sparklers, you're gonna want a photo booth. Next thing you know, you're looking at $10,000, $15,000. Oh, wait, you need an MC because I'm not shy behind the mic, but you're investing all this money and the maitre d is gonna want things to get done by a certain time. Get
Yeah.
yourself an MC, let him line you up, and he'll do great. And guess what? Prices keep going up. So
Yeah.
that in itself has been great. But the craziest thing was when I started. So I did a wedding where one of the managers at a resort in Cancun was there and said, "We got this resort where we have people from Europe everywhere. You play everything. Would you like to come out?" And I was like, "Well, I love vacations, but can I get a discount on bringing my wife?" He was like, "I'll do you one better. We'll pay you and we'll let you have a plus one." So whenever I travel, I've DJed in the Hard Rock in Punta Cana. I just came back in January. I thought I was going on vacation. One of the managers is somebody I knew that was on, said, "Listen, we'll upgrade your room, but I need you to DJ one day." No problem.
Okay.
So it's been
Nice.
great. It's been great. DJing is it's amazing to me. It's been, but I'm one of those guys that I always go with my hard drive and my laptop ready to just jump on.
Just in case. Just in case. I love it. Dance music. Thank you for tapping in here and being with us. Now, what about like your preferred genres of music to play? Because you can play everything. True open format
Yeah.
DJ. Yes. But what are like what are like, in your happy place, like your preferred genres, but if you could play it all the time, what would it be?
Hmm. Um Honestly, I just love music. I
Hmm.
love music. Like uh, I, you know what motivates me sometimes, and I get in those pockets and I stay in them for a while, is when I realize that I'm playing a genre that people like that we don't often see on Twitch. I'll give you an example: Afro beats. Not too many people were playing
Yes.
it. Now I see a lot of people playing it, but I actually know because in New York we have access to that. I can play a good Afro beat set, and it's not going to be the same thing you hear from everybody else.
Hmm.
Bronze girl, what's up?
Yes. Bronze Girl, welcome in.
But
Good
but
evening.
but you know what? If I had to pick a genre that has made a difference in my life, I would say salsa.
Okay.
For those of you guys that love salsa, we have a rate train that we do on Wednesdays. and on Fridays. I mean, and on Sundays. So Sundays is the big day. We do a very commercial salsa. On Wednesdays, I recently partnered up with these two guys in Canada, DJ Grouch, who's a legend. I mean, it was his birthday. Scratch Bastard shouted him out for his birthday, like on their own Instagram pages. Um,
Nice.
Starting from scratch,
Hmm.
like this dude is super respected up in Canada,
Hmm.
and he loves salsa. And when he DJs, it's kind of like you with the R&B. Like he teaches folks about the music. So Wednesday, like I never thought they would consider me, and they were like, "Dude, like we love how you play salsa. You should come and join us on a Wednesday, even if it's an hour, so that we could educate folks." So we play some like real, like I really dig in the crates when I'm on Wednesdays. On Sunday is more like we do a lot of like, yeah. Shout out to my what? Happy
DJ
Monday.
Smaco. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in here. That's the guy that runs our Sunday Ray Train. Yep.
Okay. Nice. Welcome in,
Yeah,
DJ
yeah.
Flock.
And what's up, brother? So, yeah, I mean, it's two different sides of it, I mean, if it had to be a genre that I had to choose, yeah, I would say that.
Okay. So tell us, okay, the Wednesday Rate Train, what time does that start and who does it start with usually? And then the Sunday
So
one, just
DJ
so we
Grouch goes. DJ Grouch goes 2 hours, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific. It's really theirs. Like I almost feel like I Photoshop myself into the flyer every Wednesday that I've been on, because I'm there for an hour. And then Easy LD, man, that's another one that's super talented. And I mean, those Toronto guys, man, they've been super dope. My salsa crew on Sundays, it's been amazing. That's probably what got us over the hump to finally obtain the partnership on Twitch, man. It was a consistent number. Everything else was secondary. Like and we've connected with folks from everywhere, and it's not just me. Like Flaco, Justin Forever 20. Like we have people from Chile that pull up, Venezuela constantly. They might not be in our chats any other time we go live, but on Sundays they're in there. When we're playing salsa, they're in there.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Fran Boogie, what's good? I see Little Fevers here. Or well, kind of maybe that's a good segue to talk to us. Just tell us, because now it's different where you're probably like a year past your partner journey. Like, what was your partner journey like, and what were the lessons you learned from going
Thank
through
you, Bronze.
that experience?
I'm sorry.
So I know,
Lessons
like,
that I learned through from
yeah, your
going from.
partner,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry I
going from
cut you off,
partner. What
brother.
was it's okay, it's okay. Your partner journey. What was it like, and what lessons did you learn by going through that?
So I went on when they were taking forever to reply, and I remember Mechon like, "Yo, bro, you haven't gotten an answer yet." And like Mechon is the one guy I would not lie to. Like if I would have gotten denied, I would have said it. I,
Mhm,
I felt like I would have owned that to the people that were really behind me. Like Alpha Music got behind me, a whole bunch of folks, Chubby Chub, even Scene.
mhm.
Um, it took forever, but they said that that's like a blessing because I kid you not, I had to hold up partner numbers for almost 4 months. Can you
Wow,
imagine that?
that's
4
tough.
months. And you
Yes.
know what happens once you reach partner, right? You feel that relief, bro. I cried. I literally cried. And the reason it's gonna sound corny to some folks, but I do believe that on this platform, like I guess because where I grew up, I remember kids like literally they were selling drugs on the street, but it was to look cool because they weren't making no money. Somebody else had them there, like they was pimping them out basically, right?
Mhm.
And the one thing that since I was younger, every kid anywhere has in common is they're gamers, right? Technology, right? So I always, and this is something that me and Tantrum have spoken, and a couple of other folks, like I inspire that one day we'll touch. I don't care if it's one kid off the street. We're here. We have a platform where we could do that, and hopefully get a few of these kids off the street and say, you know what, I'm not gonna go into the street, man. I'd rather game. They have a lot of talent, those kids, man.
Yeah.
You know. So for me, like becoming partner, yeah, I want many other folks to achieve their goal. But again, I've also learned like there's no formula. That's the one
Mhm.
thing. I mean, you as a partner, would you agree? You're super organized, guys. This guy is a university educator. All right, this guy super versed in technology. I know him personally, and it's the same thing, right? And
Yeah.
there's times where you start to question yourself, like, am I coming off like I'm preaching? But I want these people to do great, but
Hmm.
not everybody gets it, and it's not everybody's time either, right? Because some people might get it, but the real work, like the networking part, like that is next level.
Yeah, that's the key. Yeah. What's up? True School is with us. Make sure you follow True
My
School.
brother
Make sure you follow
Lockdown,
DJ
Songbird,
Lockdown.
what's up?
Yes,
Man,
yes.
I feel so bad about this chat, man. But please, I beg you guys to please give me a pass. Those of you guys that came in late, Amani Experience, I owe this man a lot. When I started, he had a little program where he was teaching a few folks the ins and outs of really like how to become more professional on Twitch. And I never got the chance to really thank him. And when this opportunity came about, there was no way that I wasn't going to do that. So hope you guys understand that I have been missing the chat, and please forgive me for that.
We forgive you. We forgive you.
Cletus,
That's
how's
right.
it going?
That's right, Cletus. Yes, that's right. We start at the bottom. Now we're here. What, like, okay, what's next for you? Like, what's next for you in your DJ career, and what's next for you on Twitch?
On Twitch, we've been growing this freestyle for life raid train that goes on every other week. We have a big guy. So we had Chubby Chub not too long ago, and that was cool. And I mean, there's plenty of freestyle raid trains, but we really have grabbed people that really play freestyle. You know, some folks go into house and break. Nah, these folks, like, they're really about that freestyle. Like, some of them are like old DJs at Palladium, at
Mm,
a couple of New York spots, and those we try to get on. But there's some amazing Canadian DJs too. The Mix, I think is the Mix Chemist is his name. Just
okay.
crazy. Just so many
Okay.
people that people are sleeping on. Yo, his graphics are on point. Like, we've been pushing them to get like a little bit better camera angles. Little Guaya, ¿cómo estamos, familia? Um,
Yes.
and that's the thing. It's like there's some folks that they're willing, like, you take John Henry. You ever see that kid? John Henry?
No. No.
So he used to be at the house room in the tunnel, I think it was, for a long time. So veteran DJ here in New York, right?
Mhm.
And somebody put me on to him. I go to his channel, and I kid you not, all I saw was his forearm. The camera was way away where you couldn't see the guy. All you would see was his forearm.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, his mod is a good friend of mine. Is like, can you help him? And I'm like, I don't think I can, bro. Like, if he doesn't understand that here people need to feel like they have access to you, right? That's the first thing, right? They have to have access to you. I remember having dinner with Ms. Ninja, and she said that 70% of the folks in her chat, she knows them personally. Like, she
Wow.
has met them, they have access to her.
That's dope.
And people wonder why she has a legit community. Michon,
Oh,
people have
yes.
access to him. I could never say I sent Michon a message or Luis Smooth and they didn't get back to me, you know? But that's why, to me, people move different. Some people want to be here because of their skills or because they're connected here and there. You might build, but when your trains don't move, right? Because I mean, look, it's not all about the trains, but I mean, that support, everything costs money, right? We spend thousands of dollars on cameras and all sorts of stuff and
Yeah.
gimbals and sliders and lights and
Yes.
and there's a lot to it, right? And I mean, Amani, I don't know if I saw you settling down. I don't want to get into your personal thing, but if that's the case, those of us that are married or have a significant other, my brother High Note in the building,
So
there's some explaining to do, right? Because no matter what you're pulling out, El Calvo, no matter what you're doing here on Twitch, there's always going to be that, oh, but you're giving it right back, right? You're not really making money, right? Right. So
Right.
those are
Right.
things that, that happen. And that's why I admire Scene so much, because he does encourage, yo, it's not, if you think Scene needs them, no, that's the one guy that just does it out of passion, right?
Mhm.
But there's a lot to look up to because, again, like, it's on us to kind of educate folks because there's always new people coming into the platform, and you have to kind of let them know, because you know what's the craziest thing? I've seen a lot of people that have these so-called big supporters that they're there in their channel all the time. Nothing. You go to a big streamer, Scratch Bass or somebody like that, 10 piece here, 10 piece there.
Hmm.
to to 20,000 biddies. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait a minute, you belong to that community and your streamer don't get no love. Like
Yeah.
that's a little wild, you know. And I hate to say it, but think about it. We love the viewers, and a lot of people are like, I'm not here for that. But well, when that light bill comes in, like, you know, you should be here for that a little bit too, and we like to show love to others too. You know what I'm saying? And I think I forgot who told me in here. It might have I forgot who told me. They said, look, the best thing about when you have a great stream is, first of all, when I raid into somebody, we try to show them love. My family does. We subs, bits, whatever we can. When we raid into somebody, we try to spark a hype train, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm alone, I'm still doing it the best that I can. I just can't do it for everybody, and that's the toughest part, man. That when I do things, it's not like I want to buy your attention. Goofy Chong in the building. Let
So
me tell
Goofy
you,
Chung,
man, the
what's
West Coast fam, that West Coast love. Oh my God,
up?
man, that's the real thing.
Yeah.
Daz, have you been to the West Coast yet and met all those folks?
I have not, but I hope to do
Oh,
it this year. I know the
Yes.
next, I believe the next TwitchCon is in Vegas, so I'm trying to
Yes.
make it out for that.
Yes. So definitely,
you'll
we're gonna
be
get
in.
Daz out here so he can meet the people.
he- he's gonna be in Louis Smooth's backyard, man. Louis Smooth. If you haven't checked that guy out, bro, he's got a board where, like, those that come, he streams from a studio and it looks like a club, right? He's got
Okay.
this board where mad people have signed up over there. I keep telling them to leave a little space for me. I have to make it out to Vegas, man. If not, I'm
Okay.
gonna do the New York way I'll tag on top of somebody. Just controversial. No, I'm
Yes.
kidding.
You
I'm
funny.
kidding. I'm kidding. I
What's
would never do
what's up,
that.
Texas Dream Girl? Good to see you. Bounce DJ
Bounce
is
DJ
here.
in the building, man. That's another one right there, man. That guy, he takes the humble route, but I mean, that's a Florida Marlins DJ.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Hmm.
like, there's so much talent on this platform, man. And
Oh yeah.
it's a matter of people connecting, right? And the other part again, man, is like, you want to give them certain access. Obviously, we all have private lives that we want to keep private, but I definitely see really big streamers where they have access to those, and I'm not talking about their biggest support. There's a lady in Irismati. Those of you guys that know her, I confide in her in so many things. I Sometimes she helps me with music to play, for the streams.
Mm,
And
nice.
I don't expect her. She's out in Venezuela, I think it is, and I don't expect her to drop one penny in the chat, but
Yeah.
she is. Let me tell you, man, she keeps that chat moving, boy. Like, I've had people ask me if I want to make her mod. I don't want to give her, she hasn't asked for it. I don't want to give her that responsibility. Like some of the other mods too, man. Let me tell you, some of them, like La Uruguaya, La Jefa Maria, I see them in so many people's chats. I'm
Hmm.
good with my family. I'm blessed that Miss Jolie, Cloudy Queen, we have educators, we have mental health professionals. They got it. The
Yeah.
more people you bring in sometimes, the last thing I want to do is, have anybody's feelings hurt. We know of a big streamer that got rid of all his mods because things were going on, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want things that are going to take away from the creativity of the show that we try to put together.
I agree. I agree. So continuing, like the next 6 to 9 months, what are you trying to do? I also want to kind of, I'm gonna come back to this question about, because you talked about some great raid trains that are kind of under the radar and some people that are under the radar that we should really pay attention to. So first thing I want to ask you is, like, what's on Twitch? Like, what's next for you? What else are you trying to do on Twitch in the next
More
6 to 9 months?
sponsorships, more sponsorships, and not just for me. I want the people
Okay.
that deserve it to get these
Yes.
sponsorships.
So my question is, for those of us, me included, who are looking to acquire sponsorships, what advice do you have for us so that even if we're averaging 65, 75, 80, maybe we get to 100 average for a month, we have a good month viewership, how can we talk to sponsors that they believe in us? Because it's more than just what we're streaming live. You add in our email
Some of them,
list, Twitter, all that. Go
some
ahead.
some of them, it's not even the numbers, bro. I hate
Okay.
to tell you that. Some of them are just like the one that we're dealing with now. They came in on a raid. Um, and I hate to say it, at that time we were doing Tipsy Tuesdays. I was just having fun. Literally, I try not to have those streams, but Tipsy Tuesday, what's that gonna tell you? We're having drinks, right?
Right.
So they come in and they were like, "We love you." Like they checked on me later. I never knew that. They were
Mhm.
like, "We know that that was a one off, because obviously I can't drink on their show." I say that, but the news came about that Tantrum got his partnership last Friday, and it was my first show back.
Mhm.
And they sent me private messages like, "Go ahead, take a shot. It's okay." Like on the Discord, like, "Take a shot. It's okay." I was like,
Okay.
"Seriously?" It was like, "Yep, go for it." So there's folks, me and you had a conversation before we started. There's a lot of labels out now that I know personally that they're looking at folks because we don't know what's going to happen with Twitch. I can't say that I have an in on anything, but I can tell you some of you guys, there's some of your friends. High note. I think you know some of these folks, bro. There a lot of them are in the West Coast. And I know for a fact big labels are out. But it's not just the labels. Some of them are the actual manufacturers now. Obviously, we're not going to get a pioneer. Like a lot of these companies, from what I understand, they
Mhm.
hire PR firms, right? And marketing firms. And they're the ones that go out and kind of find these folks. But I think there's so many different partnerships. Like we got people that are doing drinks now. There's just
Mhm.
it literally is just continuing to put on a professional show. If
Okay.
if
Okay.
if your goal is partnership.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And when you say partnership, you're partnering with brands that maybe can compensate you with
oh yeah,
money. Yeah.
correct.
Did
If you're
you
streaming on
create
somebody
monthly
else's
trace?
channel, don't
Mhm.
don't just do it because that see, Amani, you're a very smart guy, right? You're not gonna be like, hey, you're not the DJ that's gonna go play somewhere because it's a good look for you, right? We're too grown for that. And that's the thing for me. It's like I don't believe in that. So if I get sponsored, it's because obviously there's something behind it. And you know what? I think there's many more of those situations coming up. But here's the curveball.
Okay.
Do you know that when people found out about Blue List, they themselves told me of people hitting them up, like, "How can I get on?" And they was like, "You just fucked
Oh,
yourself up." Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because that's
Yeah.
the other thing, right? Like you can't. Like they have to come find you. Like just put out what you need to do. Like
Yeah.
you know, you've
Battle
heard this.
Night was good. Lurk away. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You've heard this time and time again, right? It's kind of like the rage, right? If you're the one running a big raid, like people are gonna rub you a certain way when they like, yo, let me get on. No,
Yeah.
the worst thing is when they had their eye on you and you messed around and went and you just, but but that's the part of like, especially I think the guys that are fighting for gigs,
Mhm.
they're used to that, and I guess I don't have that because I don't depend on just DJing. Thank God, I love DJing. I wish I could just live off of DJing. I really do. But at the end of the day, that's not what the men above decided for me. So guess what? I try to do my best, and I try to always have a great time, and I try to help out others as much as I can.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Um, we'll have to talk backstage. Got more questions about like those sponsorship and brands things and everything like that. So that's good though. That's a good kind of foreshadowing of what's to come on Twitch and everything like that. What's good, Poe Politicking? Good to see you.
Can I say one thing? The other
Of
thing is
course.
a lot of us are connected because some of these things come off from somebody else that, oh shit, my guy, like there's something that it's in the works. And the last thing I thought was that this person used to DJ at a particular place with somebody that works for a big manufacturer. And like we made the pitch. Now we're waiting because some of these manufacturers also try to dabble on Twitch before and they didn't like the results. So now they're
Mm.
kind of on the fence and they're like, man, we wish we would have known you when we did this the first time. So now
Right.
that's something that I've also encountered where they're like, we're gonna, kind of play with it and see what happens. But look, sponsorships, if you told me right now Coca-Cola came to you, like you just don't know who's going to be here, who they're looking at and what they want, because the other part is some people think you have wiggle room for negotiations. A lot of times you're not. You're not the first time that they do this. They've
Right.
been around the block. They're gonna hit you with all sorts of stuff. I did have everything is those companies, they're gonna want contracts. They're gonna, you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a
Daz,
simple thing. Yeah.
I hear you. Daz, what questions do you have for Controversial?
Well, I was when we were talking about team building. It was kind of one of the notes that I had was, are you controversial part of, say, like a Team 360, or I know Amani is part of Team 360, but there are
Mhm.
different Twitch teams that are out there that are little in communities within the communities, I guess. I was just curious if you were on any of those teams, or if that's
So
something you
I,
considered,
I
or
I started in a mastermind group, and the mastermind group, I don't even know what to call it anymore, and it's not a bad thing. I think it flourished into something different that taught us how to connect with more folks. And I don't think everybody, and there's a few folks in here that they were or are in master groups. I don't know, but um, it's kind of dope when you learn to really be accountable and like look, again, some people call it cheating when you tab up for somebody and you constantly check in and you're constantly in their chat. Dude, there's no cheat. It's a lot of work. You tried consistently for about 20 folks and you see how much you like it.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Oh, and that's
Oh,
the other part. When people look out for you, but you're not putting your business out there, and they're like, yo, what's up? Yo, you always rating out to other people, and sometimes you got a good chat and you don't bring it over to me. Bro, I'm so sorry. You see all these 20 folks that were in my chat before you showed up and they've been there for a long time. Like, I still got to show them a little love too, and that's the tough part, when you got to explain that. I think it's with Twitch, there's a lot of things that happen in the background that sometimes, not everybody has to know. But yeah, when you're part of those groups, just know that you're gonna be held accountable, right? And there's gonna be expectations.
mhm.
definitely good advice there. Good advice.
Yeah. I think before we kind of close up the interview and let you go about the rest of your evening, I have some of my favorite questions that I'd like to ask. My first one is, if you're going to go back to your first stream back in March 2020 and give DJ Controversial advice based on what you know now in February 2023, almost 3 years later, which is crazy.
Um, by the way, I didn't finish on John Henry. John Henry has one of the most engageful streams, bro. His channel point redemptions are crazy. And I'm telling you, to go from like being shy on camera to doing all that stuff, bro, it's pretty dope. But what I also seen, and I cringed when I watched it not too long ago, was really just the cockiness about how I came off. And it was embarrassing, like, and I see that in a lot of younger streamers, and maybe the guys that were on the radio that now are on too.
Mhm.
um Twitch is not the place for that, man. Twitch is community, and you're as equal as the next guy. And the purple check, to some folks, they think that that's it's gonna bring you more raids and it's gonna do this, that, and the other. In my own personal opinion, I'm getting the same love I would have had without the check. It's just something that it just brings validation to our community. That's the way I look at it. That the more purple checks, and many of the guys, High Note, Bounce DJ, they've heard me say it plenty of times, where I do feel like we need way more purple checks in here, because those gamers, man, they know what they're doing, and they really like. I invite all you guys, look for SB underscore 1987. He's not even a gamer. Like, now he's just calling himself a content creator. This
Mhm.
guy will school anybody that's new that wants to take their streams to the next level. But let me tell you, he'll make you work for it. He'll make you put commands in the chat. Like, you think it's followage, he'll do some other stuff. And it's like, bro, you talking to me like you know me, but you've been here for 2 months. Like that. Like, he'll just check people. But the
Mhm.
dope thing is his community. Once you click, they start coming around, man. The B side, what's up, familia?
You got a
The,
link for him you could put in the chat, or Holly or one of those folks could put a
Let me look
link for
for
him in
him.
the chat.
I'll look for him.
Yeah.
The B side. Good to see you this weekend. Let me look for
so
him real
Claudia
quick.
Queen could probably put it in there. So it's SB underscore 1987.
Okay.
And you could tell him you came from Club Fuego Fuego, because that's my boy. I'm telling you, you do that, he'll laugh. But he's a real he got front page, and the dude was at like 4,000 viewers not too long ago.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful for 1987. Okay, so that's one of my kind of final question. I'll let Daz ask a final question too. SB 1987. He's got like 8 followers.
No, SB.
Like Sam.
Like Sam Boy
Uh-huh.
_ 1987.
Okay. Oh, maybe they're on right now. Hold on. Let's see here. They could be
You know
on.
what? He was on earlier. Let me see.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like he's
Yeah,
on right
yeah.
now. So we'll
He's
copy
a
that
he's a
link.
yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's definitely a good dude.
Okay. So put the link there in the chat. Any final questions for controversial Daz before I give him one final one?
This out of left field. Who is your favorite freestyle artist?
Oh man, I'll probably say Coral.
Okay.
Not
Spell
not a
that.
bad answer. Not a bad answer.
Spell that so we can all know exactly who
Oh,
you're talking about.
Coro.
Okay, and then CORO. So that's good. And then what was that? The freestyle Ray Train that's twice a month that you say is kind of
Oh,
up. Which
so
one
that's
is that?
called Freestyle for Life.
Freestyle
Henry's
for
about
life.
to jump on. We got some folks. Luis Smooth is a big part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
And
run
then
by DJ Smooth G, by the way. He's the one
okay,
that
by
puts it
DJ
together.
Scooby.
Yeah.
So that's the next question. Like, is like who? And of course, we love to mention everyone, but who maybe is out there that doesn't get enough attention, like the John Henrys, that we should be tuning into and showing some love for as we move forward.
I would listen, every DJ that's in here that has a DJ, we should all be checking out, right? But
Great.
Jay Dobby, man, I mean, bro,
Got
this
it.
guy he could be really cocky if he wanted to, and if people had his back the way that they do to some other radio DJs, that guy, it'd be different. But yeah, that guy, I would definitely say Jay Dobby.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
Smooth G. I mean, Smooth G is, let me tell you, man, I got to see Smooth G back in the day at China Club. That was his residence spot.
Uh-huh.
And I met him here on Twitch. And let me tell you, man, when that guy's in the zone, he's a scratch DJ. He blends right. Like, he's just really, really good. Really good.
Awesome. Ill Cat, what's up? Good to see you.
My sister
Final
Ilkat.
question. Yes,
Yeah.
final question for you is say you're talking to someone, they've been streaming for a while, but they've hit like a rut and they've kind of plateaued and they're really discouraged. What
We got a
advice
lot of
would
that.
you I know. This is why I'm asking. What advice would you have or give to them to help them kind of get out of the rut?
So this is a constant thing for me. I will tell you that. I try to encourage as many folks as I can. So one of the things here that we always forget, right, is that we are given this amazing opportunity to change people's lives. If it's 15 folks in your chat, those 15 make them the happiest, because that they're just gonna bring more folks. Your vibes are gonna be right. I mean, you can't, they tell you don't worry about the numbers. I think you should worry about the numbers. I think, you should concentrate on giving folks your best. Like, don't half-ass it. Like, I see guys that play the same music all the time. Like, switch it up, dude.
Mhm.
It's like you're gonna get what you put in. If you rate out and your community stays at the next streamer's channel, but you bounced as soon as you rate it out every time, how can you expect to grow? Think about that.
Yeah.
You know, look at the big streamers. Simpo's he rates out, he's subbing his best people, his mods. Like I said, man, there's people in here that you could find inspiration. It's up to you if you have the vision, if your head is not so far up, you know what? Because it's not about you. It's about just being better in here for others, and hey, I'm constantly working on it. So I'm far from that. There's so many
Okay.
things. So when you said, where do I see myself in 9 months? I just hope that what I'm seeing starts to happen, because I'm dying for a few other folks that I've seen people clean up their streams already too, by the way. Like,
Mhm.
there's some folks in here that are really like doing it really nice, for them to be like, yo, I cleaned my joint up, and look, this company approached me and this is what's happening. We all think of purple checks, but I think before purple checks, man, listen, get an endorsement from someone. And if you look really good, you West Coast folks have a lot of connections out there. The problem is you guys aren't using them. A lot of connections.
Yeah. We'll talk about that too. CC, what's up? Good to see you. Awesome. When is your next stream? Tell us that, and then
I'm taking a few days off. So Wednesday I'm gonna be on for Wet by Wednesday, and then actually I fly out to I'm sorry, no, the big one, yes, Friday. That's why I'm not leaving on Friday. Friday, Blue List TV, please, I'd appreciate it if you guys pull up for that. That's a channel. So if you go on their Instagram, they're like 400 and something thousand followers. They're bringing those folks into Twitch little by little. They had what's that song, Lowrider? What's the name of that group? You know that song that goes it's an old school song.
War,
what is it?
Low Rider by War, Low Rider by
Yeah,
War.
so they had War,
War.
right? They had War, man. Those people, I think they were hovering somewhere around like 10,000 freaking live viewers at one point. Like they are official. Like, you guys, man. I try to steer people into things and like, yo, go and become a part of it, kings and queens. But it's like that instant gratification thing. Just like some people, just they pull up to the place and they want to put their feet up on on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that type of vibe, man. Just, you know.
Okay. Well, I will just say that you were in the boot camp that we had. I think that boot camp was like late, like November, December 2020. And I just want to compliment you on using what we taught you to really make your stream better, to do better on Twitch, and to really just grow as a DJ, both on stream and off stream. And I know that you're very appreciative of what we taught you there and what I taught you, but many times you teach people things or you show people things and they don't use them. They don't put them into effect, and you just kind of talk about it, but never take action. I want to compliment you on taking action consistently, and you're still taking action, because many of the things you discussed today are what we've kind of talked about in the boot camp, and you've shown other streamers and shared what we've discussed, and that doesn't really happen. So I just want to give you huge props for taking action, for being consistent, for letting the uncomfortableness of the boot camp, because that was hard. We were up early in the morning. For me in the West Coast, like 6 in the morning, and that was some hard work. And I just want to really give you props for following through with the work and consistently doing the work, because not everyone does that. And props to you, because everything that you're getting now, whether it be the sponsorship deals, the gigs, like that's because you put the work in before. And I just want to give you props, because many people didn't take what we taught and use it.
Let me tell you, I want to shout a few folks in here. What's good, JDP? My brother Tantrum SC, congratulations. That purple check is sexy. Look at that, man.
Congratulations.
Let me tell you, that's a brother that his friendship means a lot to me. He makes me want to do better. He overcomes a lot of stuff, and he's always looking at things positively. And that's something that we all need to do. I think you mentioned something about people second guessing themselves, and if they're in a rut, we all go through that. And the thing is, if you surround yourself with folks that really have your back, they're gonna know, and they're gonna be like, yo, we push forward. So Tantrum, I mentioned how we switched the show. Tantrum, after he got denied the first time, he says, bro, just do whatever you need to do. Go support somebody else, man. I don't think this is gonna work out. It's like, well, we're gonna double down. And I moved up another half hour to make sure that when he went live, we would be there. But and I'm saying this, Tantrum, by the way, this is not something that I share, but I do this with the hope that others will see the value in you doing your part. Forget about what's in it for you, because I know that Tantrum is gonna do great. He's got a lot of people that look up to him, right? But I'm sure that down the line, Tantrum's gonna find another Tantrum that's gonna do the same thing. And it sounds super corny, but at the end of the day, to me, that's the path I'd rather take, and with folks that want to take that path.
All right. Well, keep doing the good work. Keep bringing people along with you. Kings and Queens Entertainment, good to see you. Welcome
That is
in.
family. Long time, man. We had a lot of fun during COVID, man. That guy, it was, yeah, we used to get crazy. Yes, good old days of Twitch.
Right. So I think we finished everything I had to cover news wise. Would you kind of concur, Das?
I would. And DJ Controversial, I just wanted to say it's nice to see someone from the East Coast on here talking about Twitch the way that you're talking about Twitch. This is so not normal for the tri state. I appreciate you.
You know that's the part, right? Like, but we have the opportunity to do that. Amani, yeah, when we were on the West Coast, what did I tell you? Like these West Coast folks, they really show love. Like they
Mhm.
make you feel at home. I
Yeah.
had people walking up to me that I had no idea who they were until I came back and was like, "Oh, that's the person that's always in Alpha's channel." Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like they just made you feel at home. So much so that I'm trying to plan a trip to Hawaii for DonCon. That's what they call it, for
Okay.
Don
Don
Famoina.
Molina. I love that. Don Con. Let's make it happen.
And
Yes.
High Note, thank you, my brother. What he said, High Note is another one that this times I'm
Mhm.
second guessing myself, and I'll say it. Louis Smooth, High Note, they just tell me really like they show me that this journey is not in vain. Like again, man, it wasn't the purple check for me. Definitely wasn't, and it's not the goal. Like the ultimate goal is way many other things. Amani, like you, I want more people to come in here and get educated with you.
Yeah.
You continue to, to share the knowledge because there's a lot of folks that they still don't know you exist.
I know. Yeah, we'll get them. A rising tide raises all boats. So that's why we had to take a little break from Twitch U, but we brought it back. It'll be like once a month, maybe twice a month. We're sharing information so people know if people want to learn about like
Select a
live
720 in the
streaming.
building.
That's good. Select a good.
Wow.
Make sure you follow Select the 720. Yes, Ruscular. I see you there too, Ruscular 3D. Like, we just want to share the knowledge because if we can continue to make an impact, Twitch will start to pay attention more to like the DJ crews and everything. We can have a voice, and that's the goal, right? Is to have a voice or whatever for musicians and DJs, and just keep getting better, all of us, because then that makes us all look good. Um,
I think that's
so
another thing you guys have on top of us is that the West Coast folks, you guys have been riding with each other. Like you see that meetup for stress,
yeah,
like you guys have been hanging out for a minute. We can't get it together in the West Coast. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Like maybe we could try when it's warmer
we'll
climate.
see.
But
Yes,
but
yes.
it's like you guys are steady, like always hanging out and pulling up for each other. We can't. I don't know. So that's the one thing with the whole crew thing that
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough.
yeah. DJ Side Effects, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome. I got to shout out my mods. So I have Misty Chrissy here. We have Holly that's here. Songbird, CC is here. Alex is here with us also. And London Michelle. So those are the mod crew. I think go ahead. You want to say something else?
If I could, I'd love to shout out my
Yes.
mods.
Shout out your
Right.
mods there.
Cloudy Queen. So the common question I get from a whole bunch of streamers, if you guys ever see Ita Loves You, shout out to Selecta who just shouted out my lovely mother. People mispronounce it. Is Ita Loves You short for abuelita, which means grandma, right?
Loves you. Okay.
And let me tell you, man, you go into certain folks' channels and she is there all the time. On Alpha Music, she's a huge fan. Louis Smooth. I mean, it's like I'm so blessed that my mother just loves Twitch. I myself now, whenever I go anywhere, because we all have regular jobs, so I commute about an hour each way. Dude,
Wow.
I tell people I'm on the road. Usually in the morning is a little fever. I'm on the road. I'm listening, you know, but it's the best I can do. I can't stop and just, take care of the chat, but at least I'm there, and that's something that we all need to do more to really show support because some of the folks really need it. Like a Selecta 720, if you pull up into a streamer's channel and Selecta 720 is in there, you're gonna be like, yo, this guy's, you know?
This
And
is true.
that's something that I think that especially like those that have the bigger numbers, not just the partners, but those that have the bigger numbers. I mean, now I could take a guy like what's his name? I just saw him right now. Hold on. Like Bounce, right? And Bounce
Mhm.
is doing so well that he could pull up into a lower streamer's channel and hang out and support them. And he might make the difference where, all of a sudden people have FOMO, right? You activate that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, we all do our part best we can, and there's so much to learn. And I welcome anybody that could help me too to find ways to help out others, because that's really, for me, that's what Twitch. That's why I'm here for Twitch.
I hear you. I hear you. DJ SideFX, thank you for the follow. You can let us know where you're tuning in from. I think, what do you think? We want to go see DJ Diabolito. Hope I said that right. I always say it kind of fast. But we go see him on the raid, help him out there. We're going to check you out
Yeah,
next stream. You
he had a
said,
great, yeah. I think today he's celebrating 2 years. He had a
okay,
great interview with Work That Ass yesterday, man. That was dope. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
I like that.
New Mexico in the building. Thank you, SideFX. So we'll go see him there. I'll be back on Friday. That's my next stream Friday. Next Monday, we'll have game show. We have the Music Maven. I got a message out to some of you who are in the chat, so write me back. When can we get you on a game show? Controversial. You'd be good at Music Maven.
We'll see. We'll see. From here to May, thank God there's some work abroad. So those I always love. Free vacations.
All right.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, we gotta look at the calendar. Anything for you, brother. Like,
Okay.
straight up, it's an honor to be here. It's surreal because, again, it took us 2 years and change since I was at in that program that
Boot
you
camp.
had.
Yeah, the boot camp. Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
years ago, so many years ago. So yeah. But props to you for keeping and continue to do the work. Keep doing the work. Let's and thanks everyone for showing up and showing
Thank you,
support. I
guys.
mean, love is strong. Like, that's amazing. So thank you all. Appreciate that.
Mad
Hope
love
I
to
got
everybody in the chat. My
yes,
brother
Madeline,
Michon, I think he's lurking, man. Love you, my brother.
yes,
Thank you for always putting a community on your back, man. That guy,
yes.
he was a
Mitron,
big
we gotta
influence
get
on
you
me.
on the show
Yes.
too. We gotta get everyone that's in here on the show. Bounce, get you on the show. Louise Smooth, like, get you all on the show. Thanks to the mods. Thank you all for tuning in.
JVP,
Thank you
mad
for
love,
the session.
sis.
Yes, amazing. Thank you, CC Daz, the co-host. Thank you. We'll be back probably in a month. If there's some things that happen on Twitch, we need to come back sooner, we'll make an announcement. There's a raid message right there. But we're happy. I love Twitch
Thank you.
this is kind of was my
Thank you,
love and
guys.
joy back in like September of what was it? We started this like August or September 2020. And so yeah, hold on,
Daz,
let me
I
look.
gotta come check you out, Daz. I didn't finish with the mods before we raid out. Cloudy Queen, Miss Jolie, Team Ricio, Dirty Banana Bartender. Oh my God, I'm forgetting people. Serato JJ and
Daz,
Michon. We forged the sword on Michon. He's an honorary mod.
yes. When's your next stream, Daz?
I don't have the
You need to
next
check
one scheduled yet. I'm still working on some stuff.
What? And
Yes.
he let
2
you
weeks.
come on here? He's big on
Of course.
schedules.
Of
What?
course. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Show love. All right, y'all. Join the raid.
Mad
Appreciate
love.
you all. And
Daz, we'll be in touch, man. I gotta come check you out for sure.
Thank you,
hang out
Controversial.
in the green room real quick,
Yep.
Controversial. I want to ask you a couple questions. Here we go. Raid. All right, here we go. We raided out.